on this episode of the Imperfect Moms Club, I'm sick. so, so we're going to talk about sick moms and how we survive. Because I
Mhm.
feel like I don't know, like there's things that we do to cope. I mean, you
Yeah,
can't. You're a mom. You can't just stop being mom.
exactly.
How bad do you feel? So,
Yeah, there's
you
all
have
those memes of
yeah, like,
like
even if
when
you have
kids.
a partner, like, sometimes that partner is, like, not available or whatever, and
Mhm.
you kinda have to deal with it. So, yeah,
Yeah.
this is how we do that. So, Brittany, take it away.
Yeah. So I just want to say I love I don't know if they're still playing, but they have these commercials where like you'll see a guy and he'll like open the door and he's like, "Hey Ted, like I'm really not feeling good today. I'm gonna have to take today off, I'll see you tomorrow." And then like
Oh,
the
yeah.
camera turns and it's like a baby in the crib. And Ted's like, yeah,
Oh my
moms don't
god.
really get sick days. We just,
Yeah.
we don't really get sick days. So here's my thing. The TV is your friend. Like
Yep.
screens are your friend. All
Yes.
right. Your kids are gonna end up watching 3 straight hours of Paw Patrol, maybe more. That's okay. It's just
Yep.
for today. It's just for today.
Mommy has to
Um,
survive or else the kids won't survive.
exactly.
Remember
Yeah.
that.
Um, I wrote down if you okay, so we're in a new age of grocery shopping now. And now with the pandemic, it's become more evolved. So if you can get groceries delivered to your house, do
Yes.
it. Do
Yes.
it. For the prepackaged food, soup in a can, Lunchables for the kids, just do it. And
Mhm.
add paper plates and that kind of stuff to your grocery list because you don't want to be doing dishes right now. Like, no. Just,
I love
you know
that.
what? Now is not the time to save the trees. There are other times for that. This is not this time. um, if you can call grandma or a friend and have her take the kids for the day, like totally do it. It's
Oh,
okay to
yeah.
ask for help, which I think is the hardest part is admitting that we can't do it and we need help.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm so bad at asking for help. Like, we were just talking about this morning. Like, I don't ask for help until I'm, like, dying, and then I
mhm,
just get angry. And
mhm.
then, like, I'll look at my husband and be like, "You should have known that I needed help." But he's like, "Dude, you gotta ask. You gotta verbalize because I can't read your mind, right?"
Yeah.
So, yeah, hashtag all women.
I know. It's like I'm dropping so many hints right now. Like, hello.
Yeah, like, "Hello, like, look at me. Look at my face. Do I look okay?"
One of my favorite episodes of me dropping hints to my husband was I had been smushing the trash down for like a whole day, like just pushing it every time I had to go put something in the trash, just pushing it down because it was getting full. And I remember pushing something in there and I looked over at Mike and I'm like, "Hey, the trash is getting really full." And he's just like,
Yep.
"Mm-hmm." And then he went right back to whatever he was doing. And I was like,
Oh my god.
"Hello."
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, you gotta you gotta ask for help. And now this what I'm gonna say next works for older kids, like even older toddlers, it'll sometimes make an impact. But if we're talking babies, like this next tip's gonna just fly off your like it doesn't it's not gonna work.
Yeah,
And
so
I
it
don't
wouldn't
really know
work
if
for
it's a
Holly,
tip.
you're saying?
Yeah, Holly's not gonna listen to this. She's gonna be like, huh? So for me, like I figured out it's okay to tell your kids, hey, mommy isn't feeling really good today, and I'm not gonna be able to play with you today, or not really gonna be able to go to the park, whatever. I just need to lay down. Now, if your kids are a little bit older, you might have to like say that several times throughout the day and be like,
Mhm.
mommy doesn't feel good. Sometimes the kids will start like playing doctor with you, which I'm just
Oh,
all for it. I'll just lay on the couch and they're like checking my heartbeat. My daughter was
oh.
checking my temperature. She had the little play thermometer. She put it on my knee and she looks at it and I'm like, so how am I? How is it? And she goes, you are 25 cents.
Oh
She
my god,
walked away.
that's amazing. That's so cute. That's so cute.
And
So,
then
um, sorry, just sidebar, so Lily does that too, but she calls it temper purr.
the temper purr.
How cute is that? Like, how cute is that? She'll
Yeah.
go, "We need to check a temper purr." And it's like the best. She'll use literally anything. She has like a hair tie and she'll
Yeah.
like put it on my forehead or on my like any body part and she's like, "Check the temperature." And it's like my heart explodes every time. Anyway.
That's so cute. So that reminds me, so we have like a little play doctor kit that we have in our kindergarten room, and we were talking about community helpers and doctors. So we had the kit out,
Mhm.
and I had little baby dolls for them to play with. And this little girl is like her vocabulary is through the roof for a kindergartner, and she's looking over the doll, and she has her little friend with her, and she's going, I don't know, it's looking really serious. It's looking real bad. And I'm just sitting back and like observing. She's like, I don't know if she's gonna make it. And I'm like, okay, whoa, what's going on? How morbid are we gonna get here? Like,
Oh my
put
god.
on a medication or something for this poor baby doll. Like, please.
Oh.
I don't want them playing funeral afterwards.
Oh.
That'd be awful. Um, Last thing I'm gonna say about sick moms: drink your fluids. Drink your
Oh
fluids.
yeah, and that doesn't mean coffee.
It doesn't count. That doesn't count. Just drink your fluids. If you have to throw a little splash of lemon in there, or if you can get a Gatorade, just drink your fluids. Stay hydrated.
Yep, I'm so bad about drinking water. Like I'm terrible about it. I like how I'm supposed to be like I'm supposed to have my own hacks to like help moms, but I'm no, I'm like, hey Brittany, what do I do? um, but I so what have I been doing? Crying? No, it's not that bad. I just I don't know. Like the Lily playing doctor thing helps because she's at that age now where like she wants to give me a checkup, and so like I'll tell her like mommy needs a checkup, and then she'll like let me lay there, and then she'll like check my knee or my nose or whatever, and I'll ask her like how's mommy's nose, and she'll be like it's
Mhm.
okay, and I'm like good, and because otherwise like she never wants me to lay down or like sit down. She's always like mommy no mommy, but like when she's giving me a checkup like it's cool. so so when I'm sick I'm like mommy needs a checkup, like mommy's not feeling well. But yeah, the telling, she's still too young, like I can't just be
Yeah.
like mommy's not feeling well, like we need to play slowly or whatever, because sometimes she'll do that but she'll think that like a second later, like mommy's feeling better. So like she
Oh,
doesn't understand that like, no, I'm like still not feeling well.
yeah.
So like if I tell her like mommy's not feeling well, she's gonna sit down, like she'll
Mhm.
a millisecond later be like, okay, it's time to play. And I'm like, no, but
I'm still not feeling good. I didn't recover that fast.
so for me it's just bath time. Like she loves, and I just put her in, I just put her in there and I just like let her, it just works for everything, but especially me not being me not feeling well, like I just, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like she's kind of sick too, but like for some reason like me and Paul have been sicker this week than the girls have. They're really snotty, but like we've been coughing a lot, and she coughs, Lily coughs, but she's always like I'm okay, and then she like she's
Like right
good.
after she coughs.
Yes, oh my god, and every time she falls, every time anything happens she's always like I'm okay. But like, so just to, yeah, like I was talking to my mom, and my mom, like, she's not around Lily all the time, so she's not used to that. And so, like, talking to my mom, and then, Lily's hacking up a lung, and then she goes, I'm okay. And my mom just starts dying laughing. And like, and I'm like, what? And my mom's like, she said, I'm okay. And I'm like, yeah, she does that. Anyway, it's really cute. I think she
Oh.
got that from Puppy Dog Pals, because in the
Mhm.
first episode, Hissy like falls off the couch and she goes, I'm okay. And she does that twice.
Yeah.
And so like, yeah, Lily, I think, is imitating that. But yeah, I didn't realize that until like we were watching Puppy Dog Pals and we saw that episode and I was like, oh, that's where she gets it from. But yeah, anyway, so it's just rough, like like when they're really little. Like
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
feel like as Lily gets a little bit older, like maybe when she's 3, it'll be easier to like get her to give me a
Mhm.
little bit of a break. But yeah, right now I'm just sick, and if I don't ask Paul for help, then I'm just like SOL. Like
Mhm.
so just it's bath time. It's like whatever snack she wants, like it's extra snack time. Like I don't care how close it is to your lunchtime. Like here's some more
Yeah.
cookies. Like, you know,
Sure. Just it's you're just in survival mode, you
yeah.
know?
So like I'll
Yeah.
just yeah, like I'll be like, yeah, let's watch more TV or like whatever you want, or
Yeah.
All like the parenting things that I told myself I want to do, like that all just flies right out the window.
Yeah.
Like if I'm not feeling good, I'm like, we're gonna watch TV and
Mhm.
we're gonna take like 5 baths. I don't
Mhm.
care. Like just you can color on the floor, like I'll clean it up later. Like do whatever you want. Like my house, mi casa es su casa.
Yeah.
Just have at it. Like that's future mommy's problem.
I just have visions of her being, like, so wrinkled because you know how after you get out of the bathtub, just, like, her entire body is just,
She
like,
just like
wrinkled.
looks like a 90-year-old woman and she's like, "Mommy, what is this?" And I'm like,
Ah.
"Oops." Like yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, but I mean, like, she's having fun, and
Mhm.
her skin will bounce back.
It's fine. She's young. She's got that youthful skin. Yeah. I
Yeah.
remember one time I was so sick. I was this close to calling an ambulance. I really
Oh,
was.
no.
So Mike was gone for like a whole week and I was all by myself and I didn't have any family around or anything.
Oh, no.
And I had like she wasn't even like 1 year old yet, Molly. She was so little, and Clara was like 2 or like had just turned like she was. They were both really little, and I remember being so sick. I think I like left work early, which I never do. I always just power through, like I don't care.
Oh, yeah, I
But I
do
had to
too.
leave work early, and I stayed home the next day. And I remember just trying so hard to like keep up with the baby and feed her, and then like
Mm,
Claire was still in diapers and all this stuff. And I remember laying on the floor of the bathroom tile because it was cold, and I was
yeah.
laying there, and I had been like vomiting and all this stuff, and I was like, I cannot move, and I don't know how the heck I'm going to take care of these kids for the next 3 hours because Mike was coming home in just like 3 hours. I was like, I've got 3 hours. I got to push the 3 hours, but I might have to call an ambulance. Like I don't know
Oh,
if I can do
no.
it. And I was so close, but somehow I like crawled back into bed and I think I had Clara in bed with me, and luckily Molly was sleeping, and Mike had to get a ride home. I couldn't pick him up at the airport, and I
Mm.
remember just feeling such relief when I saw him walking down the hallway. I was like,
Oh, yeah.
and he took the
Thank
kids, and
God.
I just rolled over and just passed out. I
Oh my
was
God.
so sick, and I think I made it worse because I was trying to take care of all these other kids, and I wasn't
Yeah.
letting myself rest.
Oh,
It
yeah.
yeah, I was like, "What am I gonna tell him? The ambulance people are gonna come here and be like, 'You don't need to go to the hospital.'" And I'm like, "No, I need help."
Yeah, like, it's so crazy to me that, like, as moms, we just forget to take care of ourselves, but it's crazy because if we're not functional, then, like, we can't take care of our kids. So it's crazy
Mhm.
that, like, we know that, but we're still not able to, like, take care of ourselves a lot of the time. Like, I have the
Yeah.
same so, it's funny you mentioned well, it's your story isn't funny, it's, you know,
Well,
I'm
it's
sorry
funny
you were
how it
so sick,
relates.
but, like, it reminds me, so, Paul was away. Why does this always happen when the husbands are away? I don't know, but, so Paul was away at a conference, and I remember we talked on the phone, it was, like, nighttime, and I was going to sleep, and I had, like a pizza, like a French baguette pizza, whatever, frozen, and I think it was bad or there was something going on, and so, as I'm talking to him on the phone, I'm telling him, like, "My stomach really hurts," so
Oh,
I, like, leave,
no.
and I'm like, "I'm just gonna go to sleep." I threw up every 10 minutes all night long. So
Oh.
Lily was like 4 months old
Mhm.
at this time. And so she's in the bassinet in the room. I was so terrorized because she was sleeping. I didn't want to wake her up and I knew I had to throw up. So like I was like I don't know, like I'm not like I don't pray, but I
Mhm.
was like, come on, universe, like, come on, like, don't do this to me, like, please, like, don't
Mhm.
wake up my child. And so I did call an ambulance, but it wasn't until the morning when I like
Okay.
no longer needed it because I was so concerned with Lily that like I didn't think that like, hey, I need some like medication right now. Like I need to stop vomiting. So like I would just like I was so concerned with vomiting quietly or like, being like
Mhm.
I literally like at one point she woke up to eat. I had just enough time to make her bottle and then I had to go throw up.
Oh,
And then I
no.
had to feed her the bottle. And so, like, all night, I'm, like, hugging this trash can, like, and I was,
Yeah,
like, up all night. I was so tired. And so I
yeah.
called Paul and I was like, "I'm going to the hospital, like, I'm throwing up all night." And he's like, "Oh my god." So he was able to get an earlier flight home, but
Mhm.
man, like, that was so hard. And then, like, because I went to the hospital on ambulance, like, they had to, like, strap Lily in her car seat in the
Yeah.
ambulance. And so, like, I have a picture of her just, like, on the, like, ambulance chair, like, with the seatbelt, and she just looks so sad, which, like,
Oh,
and so, like, just, and then because they took me in the ambulance, I didn't have shoes on when they got me. So I left the hospital. I had to Uber home
mhm,
with Lily in her car seat
mhm.
without shoes on. And then I got home and I still had to wait like 2 hours for like Paul to come home. And then as soon as he got home, I was like, I'm going to bed.
Yes, I'm
I was
done.
like, I am going to sleep. Like, goodbye.
I have run the marathon and I'm done. I'm done now.
I was like, can I die now? I'm gonna die now.
Yes.
But yeah, that was like the worst experience ever. Like I can't. Like I felt like I was like, man, like hashtag mom life. Like peak that was like my peak mom moment. Like I was like,
Yeah,
if there's ever a time where I was like a super mom, like this was it.
yeah,
I threw up all night and my kid didn't like I didn't wake up like, I don't know how. Like because
yeah.
it
How
sounded
are
like
you,
a
like,
velociraptor.
quietly throwing up? Like, I don't even
Yeah, no, like I probably like I sound like a freaking velociraptor when I'm vomiting, like just
mhm.
like sorry, but TMI, whatever. But yeah, no, I sound like a dinosaur. So like I'm very, very surprised. Yeah, she didn't she was able to sleep, but yeah, I wasn't. I did not get
Yeah,
any sleep
no.
that night. But anyway, yeah, that was an ordeal.
I feel like every mom has to have a story kinda like that.
Yeah.
Like, it's almost like a rite of passage,
Yeah, I was about to say
everyone has to have a story where they, like, threw up while driving their kid to daycare or something,
yep.
something, something. We all have a story.
We all have the badge. Like, oh, this we
Mhm.
have like the mom badge. Mom was sick. Mom threw up
Yeah,
all
I want
night. We're like,
seriously, I think I talked about it in an earlier episode. I want a sash, like a Girl Scout sash, and I want an iron-on patch for all the cool things I have lived through. And I want to have it, and then I want all the other moms to have one. You can be like, "Oh, you too? What? Let's and we can be BFFs." Yeah.
oh, yeah,
See
I
all the moms who have, like,
so
nothing on their sash, you're like, "Oh, you just wait. You wait."
you don't even know, man. So that time I was in the hospital, and this is the last thing I'll say about it, but I had to like change like a blowout poop
Oh, of course.
like on the hospital gurney that I was on, like as I'm like too tired to like be alive. So yeah, so that'll definitely be a badge. Like changed a messy poop on a hospital gurney
Mhm. So
badge.
mhm.
Yeah, no, I definitely deserved like all of the like I took like a 4 hour nap and I
Yes.
had a lot of wine after I woke up.
Mhm. And your dreams are
I
probably,
deserved
like,
it.
super funky. Like, I always feel like I have the weirdest dreams when I'm sick and I wake up and I'm so disoriented. Is
Yeah.
this real?
Yep. Yeah. But yeah, I needed a lot of sleep and a lot of wine that day. But anyway, so yeah, be sure to try any of those hacks that Brittany mentioned, or if you wanted to commiserate, leave us comments to talk about. Tell us some of your badges that you have.
Yes.